Professor S. Kumaresan is with us today. He is guest of our university. He is now one of the resource persons for pedagogical training for mathematical teachers program given by MTTS to our department. I welcome you, sir. Let me give a brief introduction to Professor Kumaresan. Professor Kumaresan worked for a long time at TIFR, Mumbai. He is involved in nurturing mathematical talent at all levels, that is undergraduate, postgraduate, and among teachers also. He is founder of mathematical training and talent search program about 30 years back. This activity is supported by National Board for Higher Mathematics, Government of India. Under this program and for various activities, he travels a lot to train the students. Sir, I welcome you. I will interact with you for mathematics training. So, sir, please tell us about your mathematics journey.
Uh, my mathematics journey started from third standard onwards. One of my cousin, she taught me fractions, and she said it's very difficult. Then I found it very interesting. That's how it started. And then at high school level, geometry. Those days, Euclidean geometry, we had about 100 theorems. Okay, that it made me more interested in mathematics. That's how it started. Yeah.
Uh, Now I come to the program which you founded, MTTS program and other programs. How the idea of starting such a program clicked in your mind?
Yeah, that's very interesting. When I was in BSc itself, I was teaching my classmates and even seniors, especially analysis. And then when I came to, then after MSc, I joined TAFR. In the first few years, I had to accumulate a lot of knowledge by discussing with my peers, etc. Then I had certain proficiency in many fields of mathematics. After I returned from Princeton, then I found that many youngsters came to me to discuss mathematics a lot and any kind of discipline. Even though my specialty was only harmonic analysis, differential geometry, and analysis in general. And whereas I discuss any kind of mathematics like, dynamical systems or algebra, algebraic geometry, algebraic number theory, analytic number theory, etc. So then I thought I am seriously interested in mathematics. Okay, then my time is spent on that, training students, youngsters. So I thought then I should shift to teaching profession rather than a research career because TAFR is a premier research institute. I had contributed there, but then I thought my time is spent. Then I joined Bombay University. Then what happened was I identified about 10 students in MSc level. Their BSc maths was weak. Linear algebra, real analysis, even modern algebra, they were all okay. They are good, but the training was not good. So I took them for about every week and I used to train them. And the best thing part is at the end of the second semester, which was the last few months, and after the exam also, I kind of gave a complete proof of Atiyah-Singer index theorem for Dirac operators. Then it started wondering if somebody who had just about good talent, but they lacked the background even at BSc level, within about 2 years, I can bring them to teach something, the most important result or most famous result of 20th century, Atiyah Singer index theorem. I thought you should reach a wider audience, that kind of training. And then like-minded people, then I discussed, they came and they wanted to start what now they call ATM school kind of stuff. After MSc, I said no, we should start at the BSc level itself, and I had to convince them. They were not very readily accepting it. Then we started. That is the reason. So I thought that kind of Learning not by rote, by asking questions, freely discussing with your peers and teachers, and raising doubts, problem solving. This should be more integral part of the thing. Which all good people do it. I just did it. That's it.
And how do you find interacting with the students during this program? Because BSc students, many times they are very raw and you have to talk to them.
Yeah. So it was difficult, but what my point is, in fact, I keep saying that our method of teaching is not a standard way the lectures are given. So I don't call it lecture at all. Everything is interactive session. We ask questions and then try to get answers. And from that answers we build. Then we also on the way we will try to see why it's not correct, why it's correct, that kind of discussion, so that they feel free. And we encourage them to make mistakes. In the same that not okay, it looks very awkward way of saying what I say is making mistakes is a birthright. No, you never learn anything without making mistakes. Okay, you make mistakes, but then you want to learn from that. Okay, so because many people are afraid to open up and discuss anything with their peers, juniors, seniors, anybody, thinking that they may think bad of me, ill of me. Okay, just because I asked a stupid question or wrong question or my answer was wrong. I said nothing to you. Do it freely. As you go along, you will see that you are most of the time you are very good. You are responding correctly. So that kind of encouragement is what I meant. Okay, encouraging to make mistakes in this sense.
Hmm.
Yeah,
So as such, you covered that part, but mathematics is regarded as a difficult subject. Why it is regarded as difficult, and then how to get rid of this fear.
yeah. This is one thing, very pertinent question because mathematics is a kind of what we do is it's a kind of considered as a utilitarian subject. When I learn something, I immediately want to see what are its applications. And since there are a lot of tricks for millennia we have developed, so in the beginning, up to high school level, what we do is we tell them the tricks to get the job done. You don't explain the reason, okay, what was the mathematical thinking behind that, various kind of thing. That's very correct. There is no problem. But then many students kind of give up on that because they think it's like almost like a religion. If I do this, I will get it correct. Otherwise, I won't get it correct. So they don't understand why you want to do it that way. So some of the portions I do understand because within about let's say 10 to 12 years of schooling, it may not be able to explain everything the mathematical principles, ideas behind that. But some of the things can be made. Okay, it can be explained easily. So that kind of triggers their interest in the subject. So my thing is, if not all, some of the few things topics, especially wherever the students find difficult, try to explain what it happens with the real life analogy and the mathematical principle at a very, very diluted way. Explain that. That will show interest. Because I had such experiences even at high school level. For example, 7th standard students, I have taught about matrix multiplication. The definition at the end of 90 minutes came from the student, not from me. And similarly, fractions I taught at the 3rd standard students. Okay. Then I heard that after that, they were the best students in mathematics next few years. So it can be done.
So truly, you are searching for the talents and nurturing them.
Yeah.
Sir, please give some tips to make mathematics teaching and learning interesting.
Yeah.
Because I am also a mathematics teacher, I would love to know about this.
I think teachers like you don't need anything from me, but in general, okay. Uh, See, many students come to me, my students and FDTS participants come to me asking that question. I mean, I want to be a teacher like you. They consider me as a good teacher, perhaps. But then I tell them the basic principle is this: when you want to teach, don't try to show that you are an expert. Okay. At the end of your thing session, you should feel happy that I am confident I can become an expert. You give that kind of confidence. Go with that approach. Because then it becomes somewhat, what you call dialogue. Otherwise, it becomes monologue. I know best. I explain. You accept it. Whereas this way, the sincerity from you is there inside that I want my student to do better, and they should acquire confidence. Naturally, it becomes easy. And another thing which I hold is that each generation is far superior to the earlier generation collectively. Okay, individually, it may differ, but collective wisdom, collective accumulated knowledge is much more. So I expect my students are more intelligent. Not expect, I believe, and that do that. Okay, that's one of the reasons why I think they find it interesting.
So, thank you very much, sir, for such a such an interesting interaction. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Professor Asmani. It was really wonderful. You asked very kind of penetrating questions, and I was able to share some of my thoughts. I hope it benefits all. Thank you very much.
My pleasure, sir. Thank you.